I really like this free agent Hashira team. JK being a longtime player that's proven to be really good in the past as well. But that's where my heart is too as we hop into Bridge Too Far here. It looks like the bans are going to be Lola and Piper. We're seeing how this all plays out. Looks like we can see each time. Fang finally getting introduced today. This is the first time we're going to get to see him. And right off the bat, we do see CZK and Instinct running a Colette Byron combination, which is something I really anticipated seeing here. And even seeing Lola banned, somebody I saw a lot alongside you in the EMEA region during qualifiers on heist maps in general. So these more mid-range fights, it looks like the team of Free Agent Upper Moon is not wanting to deal with that whatsoever. So I do really like their draft in general. And let's see how it plays out here.
Yeah, I've really got to say I love that span of the Lola, but we are going to see for the first time Fang coming straight in with the roundhouse kick. The new gadget again making an appearance, and it's great to see as well already those gadgets coming out to play. Now, I had this discussion with EMEA about 8-Bit here. I personally love it. They didn't like it, but this is SCSA and ANZ. This is not their region, so I really love this, and already you're seeing just how much damage is going down as a result of that pick. A nice 32% lead already with FA Hashira.
Yeah, great start for them. It looks like the 8-Bit pick actually paid off pretty well. Raziel able to do a lot of damage here. And JK is going to be a great person to address the Fang situation. Instinct trying to get some value there. A super coming in from Orca. The stun coming in as well. And another super coming in from Instinct. They are just rounding out tag after tag. But JK able to remain up. Going to apply this pressure on the left side. Now Instinct is forced to move from the middle onto this left side to deal with it. And another great benefit to the side of FA Hashira right now is the Bell Kit is going to be super strong in order to lead these nest eggs down. That's going to trip up and prevent the side of Free Agent Upper Moon from moving forward. And also, like you saw there, Instinct got tagged, which means the enemy team, the side of Free Agent Hashira, is going to be able to do that extra damage. And what a super coming in there from Orca.
Orca absolutely just started things off with Fang. Yeah, absolutely. He knows it too. That pen says it's all a great mechanic to see. And I think Fang this year is going to have many of those pop-off moments. Absolutely, for sure. Like the healing station on that, the damage booster on the right-hand side there, allowing Raziel to have a little bit more maneuverability, and JK doubling down as well to help him out. Instinct not going to get much value there. Is marked up as well. Let's see how that lane goes down. The damage is trickling, only 1% left. Can they hold on? No! It's not going to be enough.
He really paid off there, I think, as now we see them hopping into game number 2. Once again, JK can be laning against Orca, and that's going to be a match to watch. If Orca can get a lot of value of that super, charge it up, it's going to help them out a ton, but it looks like JK pressing forward, now going to be able to help pinch even CZK a little bit as Raziel comes in to help as well. And the whole entire side of Free Agent Azira playing this very interestingly. It looks like they're going to try and make this almost a base race in the sense that all three of them are pushing forward. Nobody's playing defense, and look at all the damage that just came in there. The 8-Bit booster from the super, allowing them to do a ton of damage onto that safe. What an early lead, and so quickly too.
I gotta say, I feel like Orca was getting mad value on the left-hand side lane there, but it was not the case. The push through was there, and they are now finding themselves in a tricky position without that super to Orca's ability here. They are going to be in a lot of trouble. Instinct doing his best there to come in and get some damage done, but everyone from FA Hashira staying in position. The bell shots continuing to rain down. There is Orca with a nice round hit kick as well. Not going to stay alive long enough though, and this is a dangerous position for Upperman. They've got to come back here.
Yeah, another benefit to having Bell too. As long as they land one tag, it's going to be able to bounce off in between brawlers as we finally see a little life from Free Agent Moon. Super coming in from Instinct. They're able to move forward a little bit. Orca going to stay up, and now they are in a little bit of control of the map. However, they only need 5% on the side of Free Agent Hashira to really get this job done. A minute left on the clock, and somehow, some way, Moon is going to have to find some opportunities and really play some insane defense here as we see CZK with only 360 HP. Good takedown though, 2% remaining. Instinct somehow remaining alive with 2 HP, and now Raziel already pushing forward. They only need to find a little extra damage here.
I would love to see this happen, but it's a big ask, isn't it? Only 2% and all 3 members of MHF.
Now we're going to hop into parallel plays and see if they can change things up. Looks like a Fang ban on both sides. Nobody is messing around with him as we approach this map. And I can't say I blame them, Mark. I think it's a really tough brawler to face right now, especially as you're trying to hold down a hot zone. And it looks like we're actually seeing Ruffs come in. Not sure if that is the very first pick, or maybe we're getting these all in, but I think Ruffs is definitely one that you could certainly see here. I think it's going to be a great brawler to address a lot of situations and an excellent defensive option, especially for that left side zone.
Well, we didn't really see necessarily play as much, really, in terms of this meta last year. But again, as we discussed earlier, Brawler Wish is getting some good reception from many of the regions regarding those balance changes to rough. So I do like that pick from JK there. I've got to say, it's definitely one that I think some players still are warming to and realizing the strength of. But again, that attack damage was increased from 500 to 560. So 12% increase there for Ruffs in his recent buff. And again, having the supply drop over to his teammates there could be quite decent in terms of getting the additional damage over. Now on the side of FA Upper Moon, the Gale, as we saw, so strong today in Sneaky Kills. Will it be strong again in parallel plays with the Pam, which I do really like? Rosaldo going with the Stu pick, which we saw a lot last year in the meta parallel plays. So I do like the way this drop is forming. I've got to say already, Upper Moon's pick, I think I prefer a little bit more, Kenny.
Yeah, it's interesting too. I think Gale's a pretty good preventative choice along with Pam. They're really going to be trying to address any tanks that could possibly come up. It looks like Legend X for the final selection for the side of Ashira is going to go with Crow, which I think is a very sneaky brawler here too. I feel like the side of Ashira is ready for a lot of different combinations, but I love the Pam pick here. And even Gale into brawlers that aren't on the beefier side can do pretty well, as we see ZZK for the final selection go with the Tara here. I imagine that is to try and address the Stu on the side of Rosale. So I think back and forth, they're going to have some pretty good counters. I think the Ruffs is going to be a very balanced brawler. I'm sure they wanted to prevent anything like Stu or Pam or any long-range single-shot brawlers from really getting a lot of value. So I imagine on the side of Hashira, they're going to be trying to lane that Colonel Ruffs on the left side of the map, while Rosale moves forward to be more of an aggressor.
I'm still worried, actually, a little bit for FA Ashira here, because that Gale pick is going to be a tough one to shake, and distinct lack of range, I think it's fair to say, from Hashira. I'm going to be very keen to see how they're going to handle this. They're actually not going to put the Crow onto Instinct either yet. Crow going to be taking the mid lane, and Rosale going to be doing his best to advance up here, and ZZK having to come into support just a little bit. In fact, I really like how Rosale's going about this. He's able to get on the zone already, a very aggressive start. He'll go down here, I want to say surely, but actually, he's hanging on it quite well, already dancing around. Look at the amount of percentage that he was able to gain off the back of that. Obviously, it's being capped on the right-hand side from Legend X as well, but nonetheless, very rare to see that kind of aggressive play from a Stu on that left-hand side lane in parallel plays.
Yeah, he was just bobbing and weaving through all these different shots, and I think Hashira has a real understanding of how this map is meant to be played, as we see Rosale go down there, unfortunately. But if you can keep tapping onto the enemy hot zone, it's going to help you out. You want to hold yours as long as you possibly can, as we see Legend X attempting to do here. A little bit of a wall break coming in there as he gets a takedown on the CZK, but the side of Free Agent Upper Moon has not been able to advance forward to the right-hand side of your screen to really get to the enemy side. Also an interesting choice, too, to use the launch pad. That's not something you see it too often these days with the Gale pick, so I think that was actually a very creative and interesting choice there to see that come in to get to the safe a little bit quicker.
Yeah, it's definitely an idea. I think I prefer Twist, but I do see why it can be a great asset to have, and it did work out very well in those opening moments to get everyone in quickly, but the pressure, it seems, still continuing from Hashira. JK on the zone now, and Instinct can't contest this, so CZK coming in there to help out just a little bit here. Quite a close scoreline, in fact, as now Rosale coming in to try his moment as well. Definitely seems like FA Upper Moon are requiring more support when it comes to the defense, but look at there as well. Orca doing a fantastic job on that top right-hand side and staying alive still. Enough time for CZK to come in now, and now Upper Moon are in a fantastic position.
Yeah, they've got this zone on the top right in their hands. They now have a lead on their side. It's going to force JK and Rosale to move forward. They can't advance until they take these enemy brawlers down, or else they're going to lose. Orca has another super on his side, but he gets taken down by JK. Phenomenal takedown there. That's going to be huge for the side of Ashira. They now need to find an opportunity to try and push forward through the safe a little bit and do some damage here. If they don't step onto the enemy hot zone, they're not going to be able to make a comeback of this 16% right here. Now we see JK going down once again. Free Agent Upper Moon going to be in a really good spot here. Only 30 seconds remaining, and they're going to have to act fast on the side of Ashira.
Great timing, it really is, from Upper Moon as they approach now. JK, all that stands between him and CZK, getting more capture moments on that position there. 94% now creeping in. Instinct as well scores super, and I've got to say, I love the use of his star power. Bloodstream Blow getting so much value there from the stun, as CZK surely now going to tie things up and end this early finals. Very, very nice guy, and still looking incredibly focused. He knows that this one is still all to play for. So going in yet again straight away as the power match format lends itself so nicely to not missing out on any of the action again, and a chance for FA Ashira to make good on this set.
A little different approach, I think, from Free Agent Moon off the start here, too. They're going to elect to keep Tara on this bottom side alongside the Gale. We're going to play defense here as Pam moves up, and I honestly don't hate this option here. I think Pam is a really great brawler with versatility, can be really an aggressor or a defender, depending on how you want to use her. It looks like it's paying off right now as JK is the only one left standing, and they're going to be trying to find any angles they can to take out CZK as the side of Free Agent Upper Moon gets a really, really good amount of hot zone percentage there.
Orca there with a lovely little cheeky shot. He was low himself and wanted to heal, but knew that he could afford it. Roselle there just dancing forwards, trying to again continue the aggression that we saw in the previous game. Did a bit of a switch around, it's got to be said, from Upper Moon, leaving Orca actually now on the left-hand side lane. Instinct coming into more of a mid-roll. I don't know whether I prefer it, but let's see it. I mean, it seems to be working out, but it is just a narrow lead. Roselle now finally going down to Orca. That's going to allow actually Instinct to come from this left-hand side, pinching things nicely. ZZK there with a nice healing station, and again the stun there coming full force. FA Upper Moon look to be very much in control, Kenny.
This is looking really good for him right now. I imagine one of the other reasons they ended up picking Crow here was to try and siphon off the amount of health with the poison attacks from Crow on how much healing this team can get, as JK gets taken down immediately right there, right off the respawn. Instinct getting another one too. That increased damage, doing some good work there for Instinct. And now Orca going to be moving forward. They have over a 25% lead at this point. It is looking really, really good for the side of Moon, who only needs to stay up and along with this healing turret have enough time, I imagine, to do it. Orca still remaining alive here as well, 5% remaining, and now some attacks coming in here. They get a few takedowns, but with only 50 seconds remaining, they're gonna have to overcome a huge deficit here. Ashira is gonna have to move quickly if they want to make a comeback here.
And again, this is where Gale on defense is such a strong asset to have. It's going to be a lot of work needed. FA Ashira running out of time, and also men as again Roselle goes down here. Instinct coming in, has that bloodstream blow to hand, gets it off onto the Legend X again. JK struggling to stay alive. That is going to be it. Upper Moon will take the second set. Route ban on both sides, so it seems that both FA Upper Moon and FA Ashira show that they are both on that same line of thinking. Draft though still to come through. Gonna see that first pick, and such an important pick as well, okay, to get that first pick just right. Definitely gonna be an important thing to have.
Yeah, honestly, I think Sprout's a pretty wise man in personal opinion. I think Sprout's a very sneaky brawler here. A lot of the times you'll see teams prioritizing in terms of throwers having a Tick or Grom first, which you could anticipate seeing either of them show up here. As a first pick, though, I think you have to kind of tread lightly if you go with the thrower. I think those are brawlers that it's more favorable to you to pick towards the end. If you don't want to get really countered here, I think there's a few great options, though. With the first overall pick, I could see something aggressive like Leon being picked, or a solid mid here, maybe like Jean or Bell is somebody that one of these two teams favor. Tick, though, being one, I could totally see it. Makes a lot of sense to me. I think a great brawler overall for this map. Very pesky, very annoying to deal with, as he can stay up behind these walls. And we see Rosale going for a Stu pick, JK going for a Byron. Now we see Fang and Jean, and I'm really liking this composition from Upper Moon. I think it's a very balanced composition, and they ended up getting Fang very late in the draft, which is always a good thing. We see Legend X getting the Bell pick as well. What are your thoughts on both these sides, Ark?
Yeah, I do like the Fang. I mean, that's always a good thing. But I did see with that Stu pick coming into play from FA Ashira, the idea of having breakthrough to open up the map to allow those long-range brawlers to thrive with the Bell and the Byron. So definitely some strategic side of things going on here with Ashira. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing whether they're going to be able to put that into play. But, you know, FA of Moon have got the advance of having, you know, a longer game approach. And, you know, as the smoke starts to advance on the map over time, it definitely lends itself a bit more to FA Moon if they were to stay on their feet in these early moments. And getting that Fang Super is going to be such an important thing on the side of Orca. He's going to be very much hitting everything that he can possibly hit. And Roselle low, but should be enough to retreat here. But ZZK feels that the moment is right to push, and he's considering a magic hand there. I don't know if that's the play, but he's going to need a bit of support, and that support is there from Instinct. Orca going in though. Oh my word, Orca! I didn't give you a word, Kenny, because that happened so quick.
Yeah, pretty crazy there as they hop into round number 2 here. But I mean, that's one of the things with Fang, one of the most dynamic brawlers you can possibly pick. You're gonna have supers on that side, and if you know, the Gene and the Fang can have those super intense supers. Now we see a gadget coming in, the roundhouse kick being demonstrated there as Orca throws up a thumbs up. You know he did some good work there. And I just love this late pick of Fang. I don't know how he slipped through the draft for so long. I just feel like the side of Moon now getting another takedown as well. They're putting these supers to work. The kills are just racking up, and now JK gonna be all by himself in a 3v1 situation. This is gonna be so tough for Ashira here.
I would cheer for JK, really. I'd love to see it. I've anticipated if FA Upper Moon kept their composure. They had a really great opportunity there going into the swing of things to really, you know, cause an impact. Fang in those later moments is going to have so many great moments, and Orca just showing us how it's done. A lot of pressure then on the side of FA Ashira, but Roselle going in, super aggressive, getting some great value, just coming out in the nick of time, really sticking with his life. But let's see whether Ashira can push this one back even more so.
I mean, CZK is just hitting pull after pull. He's not missing right now, as now Raziel gets taken down too. And Instinct, Orca, and CZK can move forward to Legend X, who is all by his lonesome here. A little thumbs down coming into as he is left all alone. And now it is match point and 1 round away for Free Agent Upper Moon from taking this home. I mean, I just really feel like this side of Free Agent Upper Moon has dominated this set so far.
Yeah, it has. It really has. I got to feel as well there with that Bell star power, positive feedback. The shot's actually giving more value from Legend X over to FF Moon to earn their supers going into this round. I don't think that is going to necessarily go at all for the side of FA Ashira here. Oh, a great magic out there from CZK from the absolute maximum range. And Orca going into the roundhouse kick. This one is done, Kenny. Oh, leave them alone, guys. They're already done.